Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cryptocurrent. Just one quick reminder. Cryptocurrent is a cryptocurrency and blockchain education platform that's bridging the gap between the curious newcomers who are just discovering the space and the thought leaders who are shaping its future. All opinions expressed by Richard Carthon, the Cryptocurrent team, and their guests on this show are exclusively their own opinions. You should not treat any opinion expressed by Richard, the team, and their guests as a specific inducement to make a particular investment or to follow as financial advice. This show and any other Cryptocurrent production is exclusively for informational purposes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cryptocurrent. Your host here, Richard Carthon. And today I have a special guest working on a cool project that is not only just a metaverse play, but also working with really cool, high-profile types of people that are going to be on this platform, as well as a lot of other interesting things that I'm excited to learn more about. Here to unpack all this with us, we have Shukyee, the CMO of Overreality Labs. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking.
Of course. Well, thank you for joining us. Before we dive into everything Overreality Labs has to offer, first I want to learn a little bit more about you. Can you give us a little bit of background on yourself?
Sure. So I graduated from UC Berkeley in 2018, and I did my first startup. It's called Maps Real. It's a map interactive social app. In 2017 when I was in my senior year, and I met with a lot of fun people in crypto. And then after I graduated in 2018, I became the initial member for the financial tech company called OPO Group. And then in 2018, we were actually working on the blockchain system to kind of try to manage, the agency system for those really large, financial companies. And then we failed because, we were not ready. But it was in 2018 when I first, kind of talked about, blockchain with the tech guy and with, the people at my company. And then in 2020, it was like when the word NFT, show in the market. OPO Group and our initial members at the OPO Group, we were talking about like, hey, why don't we use NFT as the certificate to kind of verify the insurance or all of the loan processing documents, something for a security, way to kind of like accelerate the process of the financial case. And then that was my first time get contacted, with NFT. And then after that, we've been working on the research on NFT and find out that NFT is way more to explore. We have a lot more things that we can work with, and also the Web3. So in 2021, I co-founded this company with Abner and Sam. So we're working together. We're trying to build this, metaverse infrastructure for everyone that can kind of like create their NFT or create their DAOs in one click, kind of like offering a space for them to, kind of play with their community members or kind of make everything that they want to achieve in the Overreality. So we call it the Overreality Labs. So here we started. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really interesting concept of how you're able to take all your past experiences and warp it into a lot of the challenges that people even in the space right now are starting to deal with, from either if they want to get involved with DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations. They keep hearing about this. They're like, don't know what to do. Or if they're trying to launch their first NFT, or if they're trying to learn more about DeFi. Typically, there's not the simplest and easiest ways to on-ramp into a platform that can one-click start and then be able to go along the journey of getting that done. And it sounds like that's what Over Reality Labs is in the process of doing. So thanks for kind of breaking all that down. So as we kind of wrap up, or as we kind of like go into this, the thing that you're trying to do is be a people-powered NFT community.
Yes.
Can you kind of unpack a little bit more of like, what does that mean and how are y'all going about creating that?
Yeah. So like, for example, so let's start with the metaverse infrastructure that we are building on. We are building something called the Decentralized ID. So the ID and also something called the smart NFT. So it's no more the ERC 721 anymore. It's not the dumb NFTs anymore. It's going to be smart. And then with those infrastructure, those based technology, what people can do is that, they can use the templates on our website or in our space, and they can just, choose how they want to share the revenue with the community. So let's say I'm the initiator of something called Yoga DAO. So actually, we're incubating that Yoga DAO on our space right now. And Yoga DAO, like I'm a yogi and I love doing yoga. So I want to initiate this kind of community, and I want to invite all of the people to join our community, right? And then what we're gonna do is that as the initiator or as the initiating team, you just need to choose the templates you want to, kind of offer for the community. Let's say I want to share the 30% of the NFT sale revenue to the community because they're contributing to our, yoga DAO. And also like we are trying to, sell this like yoga token or promote this yoga DAO to the public. And imagine all of the yogis in Yoga DAO, they're going to become Yoga DAO salesperson, Yoga DAO's NFT designer, Yoga DAO's, social media managers. So it's going to be together, it's going to be people powered. And then in that space, people can use a lot of templates to kind of shift the revenue ratio to the public or to the community members. And in this way, the Yoga DAO, it's not just about the initiators. It's about all the people in the Yoga DAO. It's about all the yogi. And we can also kind of set up the system kind of like yoga to earn, something like that, to incentivize people to contribute more to the DAO. So that's how people powered means in this over reality space.
It's really cool way to go about it, right? Because we're LLCs and then even some LPs, like traditional ways of creating companies, they try to do a one size fits all for different types of business structures. And we all know that things vary very quickly. So even as you look at DAOs as well, these decentralized autonomous organizations, or even how these communities are trying to come together and how you structure it to where you want to incentivize and pay people based on the type of community and the type of engagement that they're bringing to the entire organization. You want to be able to incentivize them the right way. So it's not a one size fits all, right? It is a dynamic and changing from each DAO, no matter like how you go about it. And I think by creating a way for templates and things to be in structure, the way I kind of like visualize it in my head is sort of like a legal Zoom of ways, if you will, where you can kind of go in, you kind of pick your different structures. All right, I want this, don't want this, want this. And then at the end, boom, here's your completed DAO. Is it kind of like something along those lines?
Yes. So it's going to be super easy to, like interest-driven groups in Web2 is never a big success because, people don't have the incentives to do or, to share their interest in Web2. But in Web3, what about we make it like an X to earn way and make it like a, revenue share way for people to try to contribute to this DAO or contribute to this interest-driven group. No matter it's like yoga or basketball or singing, no matter what it is, it just matters how you want to, as the initiators, how you want to like let the people join, how you want them to be involved with you and the DAO. So that's a very important way to start.
Yeah. And going off of that, I think another important element of this, right, is as these people are earning, like, let's say they said your yoga DAO, and now they're being incentivized, they're owning these potential DAO tokens, the yoga DAO tokens. What are these ultimately being pegged back to? Would it be a token that's native to Over Reality Labs? Is it being something else? Like what, when you think about the value that's being derived from each of these DAO tokens, what is supporting and holding up that value?
Yeah, so I think that's a really good question because, for DAO tokens, so imagine we will have like over hundreds or thousands of DAO on our DAO listing, space at Over Reality Labs. And, like each DAO, they will have their own tokens, right? So what people, they are going to be kind of like rewarded with, probably it's going to be the DAO token, but it depends on how the initiated team want to set it up. And definitely, they are going to get the OFILs as the incentivized token by Over Reality because, by contributing to this DAOs, they're also contributing to this Over Reality space. So also for the initiators or the initiating team, for each DAO, we are going to reward them with some amounts of the OFIL for them to start the DAO. Yes.
Got it. So the OFIL, the native token for Over Reality, is what's going to be helped to drive a lot of it. And then, of course, the more participants, the more people participating in that economy, the more the price goes up, et cetera. So it's a self-sustaining way where people can come and onboard into it. And then as more participation in different ways that people are being rewarded, there is the economics in place to keep sustaining that as more and more people are joining, which, it's essential. That's a very important element of this, right?
Yes. And also like what we're going to do is that we can embed the fungible tokens, no matter it's the DAO token or the OFIL or something like Bitcoin, ETH, you can embed those tokens with the smart NFT, try to make the NFT value goes up and make the NFT with more liquidities.
So let's actually spend some more time on that because you brought this up and you're the first person I've heard to coin this. And I think it's really interesting. So we have dumb NFTs and we have smart NFTs. So Can you kind of break that down? What makes a dumb NFT and what makes a smart NFT?
So the dumb NFT is with the attributes, right? And it's not growable. It's not interoperable. So it cannot be updatable, But in Smart NFT, what we're creating is called the Smart NFT containers. So in that containers, we will provide like different slots for you to embed with the fungible tokens or the non-fungible tokens, the NFTs. And then together, the Smart NFT containers, think of it like a passport or something like that. So it's going to be a Web3 footprint of all of your activities in every DAO or space on Over Reality. And how it works is that you can grow your smart NFT container by embedding fungible tokens or NFT, and you're gonna win more points of one of those DAOs. So for example, let's say Yoga DAO Yoga DAO. So the smart NFT container, when you embed Yoga DAO token in it, or when you embed the Yoga DAO NFT in it, you're going to win more, yoga tokens or yoga points that you can use it to kind of like trade with the yoga tokens or the yoga retreats with the top yoga teacher or coaches in the world, something like that.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a unique way to look at it. It's more dynamic. It's not stationary. It's not once it's made, it's done. It's solidified. It can be continued to update and mature and transform. And as you kind of break that down a little bit more, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who think of NFTs and are like, I don't know if the pros and cons of that, right? So explain why you think going in more of that direction will be more beneficial to the participants of Over Reality Labs.
Yeah, so going a little bit more deeper, going a little bit deeper to the NFT definitely help to grow the DAOs on Over Reality space, because, with those smart NFT containers, people they have more incentives to, play around with these DAOs. And together, they are not just earning one DAO token. So they can embed with different DAO tokens. So it means that you don't have to stay in one DAO space to earn that DAO token. You can actually stay in any space that you want to pick or you want to join. But eventually what you can do is that you just need to buy the DAO token or you just need to buy the DAO NFT, but you don't like the activities there. You just want to support them as the investors or something like that. So you just embed their tokens, their DAO tokens or their DAO NFT in that smart NFT container. While you're playing with another DAO, you're joining another DAO as the, super active contributors, something like that. So it's going to be like a cross DAO activity. And later on, like what we're going to upgrade as going to be cross-chain activities. So you can imagine that you're playing Step N on Binance Smart Chain, right? You're earning Step N and you bought one of those, a pair of sneakers on Step N. And you just need to, what you are going to do is that you're super active in Step N and you can just embed Bored Ape or, CryptoPunk in another chain, in another blockchain, but still you're growing Step N and also you're earning points in that Bored Ape DAOs or Bored Ape community. So what we're going to upgrade it is from the cross DAO to cross chain in the future.
So you're going to have a cross DAO environment to where you can participate in multiple DAOs and be able to earn on certain activities, but across multiple DAOs, which I think that in itself is unique. And then same within the interoperability within NFTs, the dumb NFTs, if you will, they still need to be able to play nice across chain because a lot of them like to only play in their own worlds. And as we know, we are moving to a more interoperable world. And the more that these platforms are able to play nice across all these different chains, the more adoption they're going to receive because they are able to work with everyone, which I think is a really smart play on your side. So I think those are really two cool concepts. But a concept that you told me pre this show that I really want to unpack with you now is called the DOC. DAC. So can you explain to me what a decentralized autonomous company is and how you are using that?
Yes. So decentralized autonomous company is definitely it's gonna be one of our, most popular template that when they are creating the DAO or, when they initiating the DAO on Over Reality Labs. So how it works is that, as I made the example of yoga DAO, so people, they are gonna buy the yoga token as if they are the shareholder of that yoga company, but we don't like the word company. So it's like people autonomously, decentralizedly, they join the yoga DAO. And then they bought the yoga DAO token to kind of guarantee their revenue income from that yoga DAO community. And then what they are going to do is that by contributing more to that DAO, so they are going to have kind of like their title or characters in the yoga DAO, like the NFT designer or the NFT salesperson. So we utilize everyone's specialties or, expertise to kind of motivate the sale of the NFT and to motivate the activities in the yoga DAO. So together they are like running a big, decentralized autonomous company. Yeah. Got
it. So there's the way to look at this is just understanding of an organization. There's moving parts. Everyone has a different role to play.
Yes.
Like you said, there's salespeople, there's marketing, there's the instructors, there are the participants. There's all kinds of people who are in this and using their different skills together. They have an economy that they're creating within their own DAO and together that is looked at as a potential company. So that is how you're kind of looking at DACs. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Cool. Well, it is definitely unique, a unique way of looking at how to merge all of this together, have everything play really nicely. And as we kind of look at the buildup of this of overreality.io, can you kind of walk us through where you presently are in the creation of this? And if it's like, let's say someone's listening to this right now, they're like, I want to create this yesterday. How can I get involved? Like, what can they do to start getting involved in this?
Yeah, so like what we have so far on our website is the global football space. And then it's initiated by a huge star football team players. So together they are James Rodriguez, Jose Mourinho, and Vin Jun. And together they are trying to spread this, football culture, global football culture to the public. And then what you can do is that you can join the waitlist and then power them up, power the football community up. We're calculating all of the points that are going to be rewarded by your actions or activities in that football DAO. And later on, when they launch the football token, you're going to be rewarded with partial football tokens that you can exchange that with the points. And also, we're going to launch the Smart NFT container next month and also the DID next month. So we will have more DAOs going to be on the overvariety space for people to experience with, different interest-driven DAOs.
No, that's really cool. And of course, for all my Americans, when Shukyee is saying saying football, she is related to American soccer. But of course, across the rest of the world, it is football. So just so we're all on the same page here.
Yeah, they hate us to call it soccer. So remember that. So for those football players, they rather be called global football players instead of soccer players. They hate the words soccer.
Yeah. No, all good. Just want to make sure bridge all that together. And then so it's cool that you already have those going, but I know that you're also working with some other potential celebrities as well. Can you kind of talk just to some of the other opportunities that are kind of coming onto the platform?
Yes, definitely. So one of our contributor, the key contributor, his name is called Richard Ramsey, and he's been working, he worked with Adele and Ed Sheeran for, a Grammy Award, and, they've been working well together. And he tried to, he helped to create the songs called Rolling the Deep and Skyfall. I believe everyone knows those
two big ones.
Songs. Yes, and I'm a super big fan of Adele, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with Adele in the future to create this Adele DAO or something like that. And what we have so far is that we are in negotiation with Morgan Freeman, and we are talking to their team. I've been talking to their agents, and also Sam Appearden, our co-founder. He's been also working on all this, celebrity relationships, and he's been working super, super good. He has a really strong connection with Stephen Curry, and also other football players and all the NBA star players. And he also knows a lot of, celebrities in Hollywood. So the first Hollywood star that we contacted is Morgan Freeman, and we've been in the negotiation with their team, and we've been in a meeting with their team. It's like a meeting. We have a meeting in total of 40 hours already, and we've been working well on the plans. And I believe that in the future you guys will see like what Morgan Freeman's trying to work on with overvariety space. And what we have so far is the global football players, and then they are gonna help us to initiate this global football DAO, and that's what you guys can participate with us.
Excellent. Well, that is a lot of really big names out there. Huge fan of Morgan Freeman. Obviously, Steph Curry is the absolute man of basketball right now, and a lot of other huge names out there. So excited to see the progress as this continues to unfold. And one of the other pieces that I always like to bring into this, just to kind of change pace just for a quick second, is a couple of fun questions as we kind of wrap up here. Mm-hmm. And you've now been in the entrepreneurial space for over 4 years. You've had a lot of experiences of start to finish of what does it mean to bring something from concept to reality and everything in between. And you've also had the joys of the crypto markets. So with all the information you have right now, if you could go impart 1 to 2 pieces of wisdom to yourself when you first got started back in 2018, what would you tell yourself?
I would say that I would tell me that you have to continue working on that business model, because Maps.ro is a similar business model as Stanley, and Stanley got in a really good valuation in the future. So I think when I was in 2018, I was super naive and I didn't know how to, kind of like keep working on that project, and I quit. So I think that was super pity for me, but it was a really good experience. And I really enjoy what I'm working right now as the initial member of, Over Reality Labs. And I've been working with all these amazing people, and I get to know more about the crypto culture and crypto market. And I feel really honored to be here with you too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's been a lot of fun to have these conversations, to learn more about Over Reality. And as a kind of a final just thought on the day, what is something that you want to leave with everyone listening?
Yeah, so definitely go on and join our waitlist on our website. And we have a lot of AMAs going on in our Discord group. And we will have probably Harmes Rodriguez to be interviewed in our AMA sessions too. So stay tuned.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing everything. What are ways that people can connect with you and learn more about everything happening over at Over Reality Labs?
Yeah, so definitely connect us on Twitter, Over Reality NFTs, and then also go join the Discord group. And I'm always online. Yeah, and Telegram.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, we'll make sure to drop all of that into the show notes as well. Everyone listening, make sure you go check out Over Reality Labs. Shukyee, thank you so much again for spending some time with us. And for everyone listening, stay cryptocurrent.